still got the count right. It's now 12. I'm talking about the number of threats, bomb threats perhaps, which have been received by multiple flight carriers here in India. Both national and international flights have been affected by these very hoax bomb threat calls. Well, till now, the agencies have deemed most of the calls as hoax, but the kind of menace which these threat call leaves behind is something to worry about. Well, none of the carriers in India, in fact, most of the carriers in India have been affected this very menace, starting from Air India, Air India Express, IndiGo, SpiceJet, Vistara, Akasa. Most of the all major airlines have received these bomb threats. In fact, it was day before yesterday when the series of bomb threats had started coming in for the airlines. When on a day before yesterday, there were 3 threat calls which the airline carriers had received. Yesterday, in total of 7 were received, and today till now, they have received 2 threat calls. In total, it's a whopping 12 number we are talking about. Well, international flights and both domestic flights have been affected by this. Talking about the latest today itself, one Akasa airline flight and another IndiGo airline flight has been affected by this very bomb threat. Well, as of now, both the flights are safe and in fact have made emergency landed to one to Indira Gandhi Airport and another one to the Ahmedabad Airport. Well, till now, this thing has actually ailed a lot of flyers and in fact has caused a lot of inconvenience. While the government is also mulling on multiple options looking at this very situation. In fact, it's a security concern, and also it is perhaps one of those issues which is ailing the airlines and also the customers on dual front. Well, what we are given to understand is that high-level meetings had taken place in the national capital today pertaining to this very menace. Well, the Civil Aviation Ministry had chaired the meeting with all the stakeholders pertaining to the security of the civil aviation sector. Well, what we are learning as of now via sources is that there is a sense and in fact there is a recommendation by these agencies to the government that not every flight can be actually landed or made to make emergency landing when they receive such calls. Well, they have lamented upon a graded response to this very threats, which means that there will be threat level 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on and so forth, and that's how the SOPs for these airlines will be decided. Well, as of now, the aviators are also witnessing financial losses, as they say, because we have to understand when something like this happens, the entire chain of events get affected, and plus it also causes inconvenience to the customers. There is a delay in their arrival time at their respective destination, and also on the top of it, it is, yes, indeed, it's a security threat, because you never know which threat will needs more attention or perhaps could be serious in nature. Well, guidelines need to be laid is the need of the hour, and in fact this is what the Civil Aviation Minister had also lamented upon while talking about this very menace. Well, in fact, he has not come on record and talked about this, but what we are getting from the meaning of our sources that this very issue was also addressed at the Parliament's MP Standing Committee meeting, where certain MPs had raised this issue regarding these very calls and regarding the safety of the passengers. While we wait for the detailed guidelines, what we are also learning from our sources is that now agencies and airlines will be working in tandem to address such issues. Because what happens is when such call is made, the aircraft or the pilot in that very scenario first had to inform about this very threat if he's aware of it to the ATC, and then all the SOPs are followed where the flight is grounded. Then thorough checks are done by the relevant authorities, including the airport police, the bomb disposal squad, and also by the airlines in tandem with these agencies. Now, what the government is looking at is a more streamlined approach towards these very threats, because the need of the hour is to not only streamline these very things for the air operators, but also to nab these people who are actually creating this sort of menace. This is Yash Goel with video journalist Arjun Singh for CNN News 18.